Woo! What's going on, guys? Almost Forum coming at you guys today with another video, and today's video is going to be talking about Detroit Lions training camp. Day 18 was yesterday. Getting this out to you today is the last day of training camp. Last preseason game. They're officially, they're on a plane. They're going to Pittsburgh, and they were playing a game tomorrow on Sunday at 4:30 p.m. So stay tuned to that. But this was the last day of training camp, and obviously, like I said, a travel day, game tomorrow. Tuesday will be cut down day, and we'll talk about that. I might throw a 53-man prediction before then, but they have to get down to 53 players, and we are currently at 80. So everybody's got to do it in the NFL. That's just the way it's done. But we'll get to that sooner than later. But right now, I just want to thank guys like Jeremy Reisman, Tim Twentyman, Mike O'Hara, all the boys, man, just pumping out the Detroit Lions news so I can get it out to you guys and we can chit-chat about it. Practices have been geared down, I think a few notches the last few weeks, the last few days, honestly. But there are still some notable takeaways from yesterday's training camp. It was the last day, so there was some takeaways. Multiple Lions coaches have voiced this, including Dan Campbell, obviously, talked about the importance of special teams. I kind of touched on it a little bit yesterday to determine some final cuts. Coach Campbell saying that it's the tiebreaker, especially for guys that are in a really close battle. So you got to be able to play a little bit of special teams, man. And we have quite a bit of that going on right now in camp, where there's guys that were fighting each other for starting, backups, all that stuff. So being a special teamer is humongous, and it's a must have. But the injuries, the guys that were out were Levi Onwuzurike, Julian Alquara, Ifeatu Melifonwu, Kevin Jarvis, Eric Banks, and CJ Moore. Julian Alquara seems to be the only guy that's close to returning, according to Dan Campbell. He's saying that he's got the only real shot of playing Week 1 versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Tommy Kramer did come back. He did miss a practice or two. It was just Thursday, actually. Matt Nelson didn't come back, but he's moving around a little bit better on the sideline. So we'll see what's going on with his status as well. New to the list was cornerback Cedric Boswell. He was out. He had a wrap on his right knee. Not too sure about the severity of his injury, but he was out for a bit. He did miss the practice. And then Deshaun Cornell. Yeah, Deshaun Cornell didn't practice either. Is there an opening for the defensive tackle, nose tackle Malcolm Brown? Is that the reason why? That's the speculation a little bit going on in Lions land. I don't really think that's it, but I guess you never know. That's a whole other video, but he did not practice, and there was no real injury talked about with him, so not too sure what's really going on there. But like I said, the special teams were talked about. There was some heavy reporting on punt return, kick returns, punt coverage, and then kickoff. 4 phases of special teams. This gives big hints on who will make the team, obviously, like I said. And the kick returner units was Godwin Igwebuike, Maurice Alexander. They were splitting kick return duties. Igwebuike might have the edge here, just because he can play a couple different positions. Obviously he can play right. Obviously, he can play running back. He got switched over. And in a pinch, he could play safety for this team. Not saying I want him to become a safety for this team, but he has played that, and he's got some special teams ability. He's been pretty much on every unit. Guys like Craig Reynolds was also there on the kick return unit. Tom Kennedy, Bobby Price, Anthony Pittman, Malcolm Rodriguez, Shane Zylstra, Chris Board, Brock Wright, Will Harris, and Josh Woods. Those guys were on the kick return unit. On the punt return unit, it was Khalif Raymond, Maurice Alexander, and Khalil Pimpleton. They were doing return duties. And the guys like Bobby Price, Will Harris, Kirby Joseph, Josh Woods, Igwebuike, Mike Hughes, kind of new to that, Derek Barnes, Chris Board, Anthony Pittman, and Craig Reynolds on that punt return unit as well. The players that kind of stood out on special team, the ones that were at least reported were guys like Josh Woods. He's been playing a little bit better late in games. You know, he's on that second, third, fourth unit of defense, but he's been playing a little bit better late in games, and we'll keep an eye on him tomorrow. Anthony Pittman kind of stood out. Bobby Price, Chris Board, Godwin Igwebuike, obviously. Even Mike Hughes, like I said earlier, Hughes has been getting a lot of reps with the first team defense at that nickel cornerback one. Him and AJ Parker have got a pretty good battle going on right there. And like I said earlier, and like the coaches of the Lions keep saying, whoever can play better special teams is probably going to make that team. I don't think Parker or Hughes are going to get cut personally, but because I think those are our two nickel cornerbacks right there. Probably going to have a third one in a Chase Lucas, but being able to play special teams is humongous. And then with the safety help, you know, we got guys like Melifonwu, CJ Moore have been out for a bit. They're banged up. They moved another corner into the mix, and now I think it's nothing concrete. It just seems like they're experimenting. They're trying to see where these guys can fit. But Sevion Smith got moved to safety, and he did a little safety work with the Detroit Lions. He's a 6'1", 200-pound kid. He's not small. He was the guy that laid out one of the Indianapolis Colts wide receiver. I believe it was a wide receiver. I don't know who the wide receiver was. Could have even been a tight end. I completely forget. But he laid a huge hit, and he's a physical kid. Aubrey Pleasant, our DB coach, absolutely loves his high energy and his effort. So he could probably maybe work himself onto this roster if he's going to be that available at corner and then at safety. Versatility is humongous, and he can play some special teams too. So when we picked him up from last year, like right away, the kid made a play. So kid played at Alabama. He's a football dude. So we'll see what happens more with Sevion Smith. This kid I actually liked a lot. And then the respect game was on. Guys like Taylor Decker and Charles Harris respect each other's game big time. No pads, but these guys go after each other in practice, and they totally respect and like each other as friends too. So that's good to see that there's competition out there, even when they don't have the pads on. They're still trying to work. And then it wasn't this isn't a very long report again. It's just kind of like yesterday's. Like they're going through heavy walkthroughs, they're doing all that. It's nothing. They're not getting too intense as of right now, but there just wasn't much going on. They focused a lot on special teams, and from what I was hearing and reading, it's just what you get. It seems like guys like. If you see a guy like a Joshua Woods, one of the linebackers that's on the bubble, right? That he's a bubble player. He's a bubble player, but he's literally on every special teams unit. And guys like Anthony Pittman, Bobby Price, Chris Board, those type of guys, they're on every unit. 4 phases of special team: kick returner, punt returner, or kickoff, punt coverage, all that. That's what those guys are playing on all 4 phases there, except for probably extra points and stuff like that. That's the old lineman usually. You get a couple guys blocking in the back, but that's really that was really the focus. The focus was special teams on day 18. Some are calling it day 22, but I think I missed a few days. I didn't miss a few days reporting, I don't think. But I don't think I counted some of the joint practices, so it could be day 20. If you want to call it day 20, let's call it day 20. But I got it as 18. But I don't know. I think my math's all right. I just got a little confused, but that's okay. And then kind of a funny situation kind of happened with Chris Spielman. He was out there, number 54, got into some walkthroughs and some skeleton drills, and he looked the part. 56 years old, running around still, looked a little bit slow, obviously. But he did get in there, man, and it was obviously walkthroughs and skeleton drills. But he looked the part, man. And it's just Chris Spielman being Chris Spielman, one of the best middle linebackers I've ever seen play the game. And that's not just being biased because I'm a Lions fan. It's just that guy got the job done. 54 was one of the toughest SOBs I've ever seen play the game. Blood all over him all the time. and just a leader and just a really, really good linebacker, man. And then another day and another pick. It was rookie safety Kirby Joseph with another INT. Don't know who we got the pick off of, but that was only really the team drills that we really was reported today or for yesterday. This kid's starting to slowly starting to look like the playmaker he was in his last year at Illinois. So, he was a third-round pick. He was a high pick. I personally think he's a developing safety because he didn't really get much playing time his first few years at Illinois. And then finally, when he got the chance, though, he became a guy that had a nose for the football, and they call your typical ball hawk. He's still got a lot to work on, though. But he's been the guy that's been showing up and getting picks in camp. Let's see, maybe he can get another one tomorrow. I'm going to call the Kirby Joseph INT tomorrow, and let's see what he can do with it if he can take it to the house. But I'm calling Kirby Joseph, gets an interception tomorrow, who should get some playing time. Now, like I said too about special teams, if you got a favorite player, out there, and you don't know whether this kid's going to be a bubble player or not, if you think he's going to get cut or not, or you don't really know, keep an eye on guys playing special teams. Keep an eye on it. If you see, just say your favorite player is just say it's Josh Woods, the linebacker. Just say it is. Like I said, he's on every single special teams unit. Kickoff, kick return, punt return, and then he's on punt coverage. So he's on every single team. I'm not going to say it's a guaranteed lock, but it's a really good chance that he's going to stick around. And I think I'm repeating myself on that, but I just want to emphasize it. I just want to emphasize it because that's big. Special teams is huge in football. It's huge, man. There could be two guys, like I said, going for that spot, and if that one, and if they're neck and neck on talent, on the field, if there's a guy that's got just a little bit better special teams ability, and one of those guys is getting cut, it's not going to be the guy that can play in the field and be a good special team or excel a little bit better than that said player. So special teams is big. Keep an eye on it tomorrow, guys. Make up your own list. I know I'm going to try to make my own list. I'm going to try to watch for guys that I'm really seeing playing special teams out there, and I'll try to do a 53-man prediction. Maybe I'll do that on either. Well, I'll have to do it by Monday. So, but I'm back to work Monday. But I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll do a couple videos tomorrow. So that'll be good. But keep an eye on the special team, guys. It's humongous. And it means a lot. And this team, I think every team does in the NFL, but the Detroit Lions stress it, and the Lions talk about it a ton. So it wasn't the greatest reports out there. Good reports, just not what, nothing really offensively, nothing really defensively, except for the Kirby Joseph stuff, and most of it was all special teams, and that's okay. But anyways, that's the video, guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching my videos. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button in the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Get all my videos. Don't forget to like and comment. Share this out. Let's get this out, man. Thanks a lot. Go Lions. One pride. Boom, baby. Let's go.